Alright, welcome back, guys, to City Skylines. This will be episode 13, and, oh boy. Looks like looks like we're starting off okay with, Groom Lake over here. I know I did expand, I did kind of buy off this corner over here. You know, I probably should have started off this episode that way, so that way, we would have had a lot more time to, you know, kind of work with it. But of course, we're going to do that a little bit more. But I am going to have to fill up some of these little gaps in here, especially down here too. Boy, especially we could possibly get something in here. Actually, we could just leave this kind of how it is. We don't really need to force population into here. But what we can do is we can get possibly some industrial or offices kind of going on in here. I believe I want to save this area. I want to reserve this area for an airport, you know, so that way kind of gives off that Area 51 vibe. Even though, of course, you got all these little towns here. And I don't even think in the landscape, I don't think you can make any of it into dirt. No? No. See, you can make water structures. You can make a quay. I don't think I've ever built one. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not going to build one today. But what we are going to do is we're going to keep expanding. We're going to keep building our population because the airport is unlocked at 60,000 people. We need a population of 60,000 people before we can place our airport anywhere, and I'm not entirely sure how big they are, so we are going to reserve this area for that. So let's get working on this area because, God forbid, I have been putting it off for so long. So what we're going to get in here is one road. No, space is already occupied. What about right here? No? Oh, wait, this is oh, no, that's a fire station. Oh, okay. Alright. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna knock down one of these buildings. And we're gonna kinda... Oh, boy. I don't want to have to knock down... Here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna curve it off and we're gonna knock down, instead of two buildings, which we really don't have... I'm an idiot. Basically, I was trying to kind of have it come over here a bit, trying to have the road come over here a bit, and then like I didn't react quick enough, and it ended up relocking itself over here, so it ended up knocking down both buildings. But that's okay. That's okay. We got it. It's all under control. I think everything will work out just fine. But of course, we're gonna get some more roads kind of going in here, so let's do that. And we're gonna get a little side road going on here. Of course, these people didn't like that. Tough shit. And of course, a road here. Let's get one right here, and then let's curve it off. And bam. Okay. And then I guess we can make this all like offices down here because of the industrial. So we can do that. And we're gonna get one kind of like curving off into here a bit, maybe. Why don't we get one like that? And then of course kind of connect them up. Meant to say connect them up, and that turned into something else. I don't know what that was. But here we go. I don't know why there's nothing on this side, though. I'm kind of curious. But anyway, we're going to get like a really weird-ass street kind of going on in here. Just so that way it doesn't look like some sort of weird-ass gridlock. We do have a high demand, or well, at least a medium demand for industrial and or offices, so we're going to do that. So let's zone all of this into offices. Of course, we want to make that the park. Of course, we're going to have to D-zone right here before anybody can figure that out. Figure out that that space is available. Then let's put some residential, high-density residential going on through here, and there we go. I think that looks nice. Of course, you got those turbines, man. People are going to get chopped up just into little pieces. And, yeah. Oh, boy. Looks like everybody's... Okay, so... Looks like everybody's happy. So, electricity's good. I mean, they got like 2 turbines right here, and they got power lines and everything, so... Can't imagine that they aren't happy. So, actually what we could do is... Could get power lines kind of coming through here, so that way, you know... Got like everybody... Okay. And, no more room. Okay, that's quite alright. No more room, and emptying has finished, so this is gonna do the caterpillar right now, and they're gonna put shit in each other. You know, they're just gonna unload a bunch of shit into each other. Happy Face Travel Agency, they're very happy, they're very optimistic for being right next to a dumpster. I mean, at least across the street from a dumpster. What they're right next to is a place where dead people go. So, Angry Clans mobile games, I could see why they're angry. It's because they live, like, or well, they I don't want to say reside, but they operate near an industrial area. Of course, we've had several run-ins with those guys. Customer services, they finally drained Kickstarter of everything, so they're now building their newest branch in our beautiful little city. Blake Street, we got Peters Street, we got Thomas Street, and we got Wilson Street, we got King Street, all these little streets that are just so beautiful. And now that we've kind of filled in that area, I'm kind of curious if we should. Okay, not enough raw materials. I was about to say, should we? Okay, emptying finished, so they're gonna take in some shit too. So I think what we can do is get like a road that kind of curves back into itself. I think that would be nice. That'd be beautiful. Would it possibly be doable? No. I don't want it to look like super shitty. Because I know that's what it's going to turn into. Of course, we can kind of force some people into this area. And it'll be really cheap to live out here because, you know, you'll be right next to some water collection pipes, so it'll be really nice. At least not next to the sewage pipes, man. Oh my god. I mean, you'll live like right, like, what is it, like, not even 1,000 feet from these pipes. You'll live like 500 to 1,000 feet from these pipes. And, here we are. So we're gonna zone this into, shoot, what do I want to do? I think we'll do commercial. I think that would be nice. Because, I mean, we got a demand for it anyway. A low demand, but we still have some form of demand for it. So we're going to get that in. Just making sure every little piece is gotten. Every little piece of zoning. So that way, you know, people aren't building these funky, weird Jersey Shore looking ass houses. I swear, the way people build their houses on the shoreline, I'm not gonna lie, they're beautiful, but like something about them, they're just so, I don't know, they're weird looking. But hey, what do I know? I'm a poor guy. What would I know about houses on the beach? You know, beachside mansions and shit. Shop till you drop center. Well, I mean, this is a pretty skinny building, and judging from the architecture, that thing's gonna drop right onto the street, killing like a bunch of people that are just gathered out front, kind of smoking blunts by the water. And the building itself is just gonna, you know, in several pieces of debris, it's just gonna roll down into the ocean and further pollute that big, you know, that sound or whatever it is, that kind of inlet. Unfortunately, that is our creation, and I feel bad. And of course, what are these, little rocks or something? Yeah, those are rocks. Wow. Don't think I ever actually noticed them. Alright, so we have a demand for offices and industrial. So let's add more offices. So this entire town is basically like office central, I swear. Like, I just kind of wanted to get rid of all the industrial and just start adding all the offices because I wanted more clean industrial. So save the planet. You gotta save the planet. So, of course, more offices, because, I mean, hey, who doesn't like offices? I mean, the show The Office, that was a great show, so I'm sure everybody loves offices. You know, they love having these meaningless desk jobs, and always going to a job they hate. And, I mean, you get the blunts out of it, so, you know, nobody can really complain. So, in this area, we could produce 8. I just saw 8. Here we go. Let's get one right over here. So that way, you know, this, I mean, of course they'll have all the wind power, and of course this could fall back because that murderer probably wants to chop this down, and it'll just straight up hold up. I want to say, like, yeah, it would actually be, I didn't want to just say one line of traffic, but it would hold up the, it would hold up Charles Highway, too. Yeah, so people might die, but at the same time, they might also, you know, just get held up, and, you know, they're on their way to their desk jobs, and out of the city, that is, somewhere over the fucking rainbow, and, yeah. Alright, so now that the zoning is done in there, and of course we've filled in the blanks over here, of course we literally don't have a demand for anything right now because, let's see not enough customers. Well, I mean, you're kind of out of the city, so, I mean, what do you want me to do? Not enough customers, okay, we can fix that. Of course we do have to knock down one of you guys, I think. No, we don't. Okay, let's quickly relocate this, the park with plazas. So that way we can get a road going through. So we're gonna have to move it off to the side here. Of course, they're all happy, but who cares? They're happy and sad. I swear, these people are bipolar as a motherfucker. So we're gonna get road going down there. Then, of course, we can fill in this area, and then after that we can fill in this area. I think what we should get, because we have a couple unique buildings over there. So I think since they have an expo over there and an office and whatnot, unique buildings, let's see here. Statue of Shopping, Plaza of the Dead. Of course, we don't really handle our dead people really well. Because there's a lot of dead people in our city. At least there was before. There still is quite a few dead people. But a lot better than, you know, when the rapture was still happening. Building is emptying, 29% full, so we'll just allow that to start intaking all that shit. And of course, no more room, so they're gonna dump all the dead bodies on somebody else. Building is emptying, so we're just gonna, since it's at 31% capacity, we're just gonna allow that to do its thing. to work its magic. And we can get some roads kind of going down through here too. So let's do that. And I think that does that work nicely? I think that looks good. There we go. So what we should do now is of course these buildings are getting abandoned. At least one of them is, because God forbid. I mean, you got all these people here. I mean, do they all own shops? Is that just it? Or do they... I don't know. It boggles my mind, you know, the fact that everybody's so ungrateful. I mean, I just never understood why people have to be ungrateful. It breaks my heart. My tiny, tiny little heart. So what we're going to get here, going along this strip, and maybe even along that strip too. We literally have no demand for anything, so doesn't matter now. So we're just going to get residential going through there. We've literally had this area active, and there's still building in it, so boy oh boy. Wow, this city's really coming along great. Of course, wow, we really need to do something about this. This is crazy. I promised myself that I would not modify this area, Old Town, but of course it looks like we might have to. We might have to. Of course, we still need to lay down the districts too. So that is a thing. Of course, we're going to get some low density. God, it feels like forever, even though I'm pretty sure we did it in the last episode. Get some... here, let's take out these tiles here. Make it all low density. Commercial. And same with right here. So that way those guys can expand a little bit. Of course, these guys... Of course, these guys aren't moving in just yet, because nobody wants to come and live in our filthy shithole of a city. I think, what if we got more attractions? I feel like we need more. So we got the Science Center, and inside the Science Center, top-notch scientists from all over the world work to find out more about the world we live in. I think we could do that. Alright, we have the Expo Center, and we have the High Interest Tower. Of course, we haven't unlocked these yet. We do have the Mall of Moderation, I forgot about that one. The Friendly Neighborhood Park, and the Fountain of Life and Death. Of course, what is this over here? Transport Tower, okay. And then, of course, we can get a Theater of Wonders, and we can even get a stadium. Let me see how big the stadium is. Oh, it's not even that huge. So, I think what we could get here is, like, right around here, actually, is a stadium. Should we do it? We should do it, like, right over here, too. Just trying to knock down... Let's try not to knock down everybody. Alright, so now we've got our own stadium, and I want to get something maybe smaller kind of going on in here. Friendly Neighborhood Park, and a lot of this is over here is they've already got leisure covered, so Fountain of Life and Death. I think that would be very fitting for the incineration plant over here. Is that an incineration plant, or is that... Yeah, that's an incineration plant. That's not a cremation. That's... or crematorium, I meant. So, let's get a unique building. Let's get Statue of... Not shopping. Plaza of the Dead. No. Statue of Shopping. So, we can get one like right here too. That would be nice. And of course, nobody seems to give a shit that it just magically popped up out of the air. It's funny as shit, but I think it looks really nice. Especially with this dirty ass lake that I just completely polluted. Oh boy. So sewage treatment is almost maxed out, water availability. Of course, these guys are trying their best to get this polluted water under control. Of course, these guys are going to need connect it up. There we are. And of course, we're going to connect them off to the sides here. There we are. And now they're operational. So, water availability will soon be, you know, looks like everything will be okay, I think. I feel like it's spread out a little bit more. It was like around here when I initially started the episode, I believe, and then it kind of expanded. But that's okay, because the more brown water that's in here, that means, you know, the more aliens we can make and, you know, experiment on. I saw the freakiest video on YouTube the other day where it was a guy who apparently made a video, or well, he made a, here, let's get some water going through them so that way they can go outside instead of having the water directly come to their faucets and stuff. This video I watched, it was a guy who apparently made a living organism over. He made it out of sperm and a chicken egg, and it was this weird ass little creature that had like a little pink, what looked like a tongue or whatever, but it was like a little, I don't even know how to explain it, but it was weird because it was spitting something. It was spitting some like weird vomit or whatever, and he like dropped it on the fucking table because it spit at him, and then he fucking just takes a book, crushes the damn thing. Oh my god, it was just awful watching it. Like, I wish I could fucking unsee it, but hey, that's YouTube. That's how YouTube is. Get to see the latest in the absolutely most disgusting bullshit that you can ever find on there. I just wish I could unsee it, but who cares about what I want, right? Alright? Here. I'm not entirely sure. Actually, we could get, that's one of the things I wanted to do, is possibly get an off-ramp going from like here to here. And of course, it won't let me do it without knocking off the thing. Of course, it doesn't look great, but I don't want to knock down the power line. Let's see if it'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine, so, I don't know why it was doing that. So, we're gonna get, oh boy, whatever. So, get a little road going through there. Of course, it's not 100%, but, you know. Actually, yeah, I didn't want to do that, so. Of course, these people can be as unhappy as they want, you know. But, of course, we're gonna get, without having to knock down the building, but it doesn't seem like that's a doable thing. Doesn't seem viable, anyway. So, we still need to lay down districts, too. That's one thing, before it gets too late. So, what are these guys complaining about? Not enough educated workers. Well, let's see how education is over here. Elementary school availability is actually not that great. Graduated citizens, 81%. So let's get a an elementary school going on at this corner here. There we go. Space is already occupied. Um, okay, so we can knock down both of those buildings and still have our elementary school availability. So, and I'm assuming, yep, these are all, I assumed correctly, these are all residential. So we're gonna get one going right here. Of course, we only want to knock down one instead of having to knock down two for absolutely no reason. So let's get some residential going through here. Of course, we can't get any because the school just takes up so much goddamn space. And we can even do the same for high school. So let's get that in order. Of course, we can get one next to this botanical garden. Of course, there's a high school right down the street and like right in between them. So ridiculous, am I right? So let's get a high school kind of going on around here somewhere at least. Of course, I want it more in the office area. There we go. We just knocked down, we just committed some sort of like building genocide. Just in order to do that. Capacity is at 11,250, but only, not even, only a little over 4,600 are available, or eligible at least. Of course, we need to get this worked out because holy shit. Holy shit. It seemed to be flowing really well. Of course, these guys are trying to get into the city. People can't get into the city, so we're gonna actually add a road. Add a little road. Nice little road. Kind of going through here. Of course, I hated knocking down that, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So. Oh wait, no, that's not even. This is low density commercial. I'm pretty sure. Yep. Just as I suspected. Of course, we're gonna just dezone that because, God forbid, that doesn't even matter. We're just gonna make all this low dense, or well, not res, but com for commercial. All right, that's okay. Oh boy, I'm pretty sure we just created another monster, kind of like the guy in that video I just talked about. So, wherever these guys are going, they're going this way. Let's fast forward it and let's see where everybody is going. Oh man. I feel like everybody is kind of just going. We're gonna get a road kind of going through here to see if that stops traffic from, you know, being too congested. So, don't know if that actually does anything. Oh boy. Yeah, see, they're not even, they're barely even using the road itself. Like, they're blocking up the intersections like idiots. Of course, we're gonna have to get a road. Possibly going in this area? No. I'm not sure. This road already has, or well, this area already has a bunch of roads. It don't make sense. So let's keep seeing where everybody's going. We don't want to assume that they need roads, but we're going to assume that they need roads anyway. So, of course, there's something here that's blocking us. So we just destroyed that. Yeah, nobody's even using the road right now. Look at that shit. Okay, well, not sure entirely what we're gonna do about that. Of course, over here it's flowing a little bit better, I guess. But ultimately, you know, everybody wants to line up in lines. Of course, you guys should let me know how I can fix this. Policies, no pet ban. We're not doing that. let's get working on those districts before, you know, the end of the episode, which of course is going to happen. So basically we got, I want to say this would be like Office Central over here. We could get like a weird thing going on over here. Let's call this Office City, because, or at least, actually no, let's not call it anything. I think we should just leave it as, actually we should call it, yeah, see, I keep changing my mind. What we should possibly call this is, Expo Central or like, kind of like Exponential or something like that, but like Expo Central. Alright, so what we're gonna do, not zoning, but create a district, and we're just gonna name it, what are we gonna do here? I think what we want to do here is, and we got an achievement for being city planners. I mean, of course, we were city planners from day one, so kind of an invalid argument, but, you know. Of course, we're gonna get in some of that little space there, and we're gonna quickly get some of this area over here. This will be the Expo district, and we're gonna make sure that we are not necessarily, you know, kind of in ownership. Oh man, people like this, they're in ownership of like half the building, so once one district gets say of what happens to one half of the building, of course they're gonna have some like really geographically fucked up or geometrically fucked up rooms, so the walls are gonna be like this, and you're gonna have like rooms like kind of like that. It's gonna look really, really fucking weird. So we got Expo Central, actually. Expo Central. And what we are going to do is we're going to keep making districts, and this will be Groom Lake right over here. And this will actually be the Groom Lake district. Of course, we're gonna make high heights. That's what we've created right about now. Of course, this will be Groom Lake. Actually, no, it wouldn't even be related to Groom Lake. We'll just call it Area 51, to be quite honest. Of course, nobody who owns that road, which would be me, would have any jurisdiction over what would happen to those roads, or at least the one lane in the road. Of course, we're gonna get to work with, you know, all of this sooner or later. Of course, we're gonna let's just get it in there so it doesn't look so awful. I think that looks okay. We're just gonna get, I don't think it needs to be perfect, but that's just me. Everything about Groom Lake is perfect, so I'm gonna get this area, and we're gonna make sure that this entire area is a part of Area 51, and we're gonna kind of end it right at this street here, even though it does kind of seep into the street. And I think this will be one of our districts. I think that this will be it. If not, we could possibly, let's erase some of this. Of course. Of course, we're just going to leave that as Area 51, including this over here. Alright. Alright, well, I mean, it looks like we're doing pretty good. Then actually what I wanted to do here is do them. I wanted to figure out a name for this. I was thinking of MONSTA or something like that. We could do that. Of course, let's get that and all this. It's like this and like that and like this and it's like this and like that and like this and I don't know. That stupid song, that old song. I'm pretty sure it's in GTA San Andreas, but oh wait, no, I wanted all of this to be it. No, I did not want that to happen. Oh my god, why did I do that? I am an idiot. I don't know how I managed to do that. Of course, we're just not gonna really even bother because, of course, I'm an idiot. There we go. Elizabeth Heights. Here we go. They're gonna own part of the road here. This will be, let's call it DeMonsta. So that way, you know, let's see the policies. We're gonna make sure that they're all kind of like the same as our city. So, I think this will be a good spot to end the city. Boy, this has probably been the most productive episode out of all of them. And to be honest, we didn't really even do that much shit. So, citizens are sick. Of course, we're gonna get a hospital kind of going out this way. Of course, it's gonna knock down some power lines, maybe. No? Do we have to? Should get one like going out here, maybe. No? No? I want to try to get it somewhere that's a little more plausible. Even though that's not that great, but you know. Of course, these guys need water because they're thirsty motherfuckers. Here we go. And there we go. Boom. 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 So these guys all got water. Water availability is still on the rise. Everybody needs that water. Of course, we can't. Yes, I would love to destroy that structure. Just straight up freaking destroy it. There we go. There we go. And then, can we get one between them? No? Okay. I want to try to get it to connect up. I had it connected up for a second there. But here. You know what? Let's not even bother with it. Let's not even bother with it. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. Water availability is already good enough. So, man. Look at this entire city. You guys remember when it was just basically this area? It was down here. Now look at all of this. We got Expo Central. We got Elm Hills. Still thinking of a name for that. And we got Area 51. So we're going to call this Area 51. Or we can call it Area 52. Whichever. But yeah. We got ourselves Area 51. We're basically in some sort of like new Nevada type setting. Because we basically picked up Area 51, dragged it elsewhere, and oh boy. Let's get a view of the oh wait, no, didn't mean to click that. Okay. Of course, got all this polluted water over here, but who cares? So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button and hit subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Be sure to you know, share my videos with all your friends so that way you guys can have a good laugh at all of my content. Because we all know you already are. And, oh boy, let's have this sunset kind of going off in the distance. And, thank you guys so much for watching. And, yeah, you guys have a good one.